Hey, all my Lincoln superheroes, or maybe I should call you my super friends. It is time to reunite. We are just 4 days away from the start of the 2020-2021 school year, and I am so excited to see you kids back here. It has been such a long time since we've been together, and so I cannot wait to hear your voices and the laughter in the halls and in the classroom and on the playground, and I'm so looking forward to the year ahead. But as with any superhero, we've got challenges to face. And so this year, it is time to take off these masks and take off these capes. And our superhero gear is going to consist of masks. As you can see, I've got my mask ready for day one. And this is what I'm going to be wearing each day in the classroom, on the playgrounds, as we're in the halls, as are you. And that is our job this year as superheroes at Lincoln. Our job is to keep everybody healthy, safe, and strong. So we're going to need your help in keeping these masks on. Well, as I said, it's been a long, over 5 months since we have been together. And your teachers have been working so hard. And we've been working hard here too, putting some safety factors in place. And so instead of doing our normal open house, which you kids would be eagerly awaiting, we're going to do a virtual open house. Now, all of you should have already connected with your teachers this past week, either through a Zoom or they sent you out their open house, kind of a video introducing themselves so you know which class you're in. Most all of you know where those classes are, but I thought I would take you on a virtual tour of Lincoln so our new kids and even some of our old friends can see some of the changes. So, welcome back. Here we go. So for those boys and girls who are going to get dropped off by their parents at the beginning of the school day and at the end of the school day, I want to quick show you, you will be dropped off at the main entrance. So the main entrance is right here by the main doors of Lincoln Elementary School, right outside my office. My office is right there on the corner. And so at the beginning and end of the day, those of you whose parents are picking you up, this is where you're going to be waiting. And then moving away from that entrance, all the way around the bus drive, over there in that corner, you kids will be able to see that. That is the bus entrance. So students who are riding the buses, as you get off each morning, you're going to come right in those doors. And here's something new for you kids. You're going to be going right to your classroom. You're not going to be going to the playground and out to play. You're going to go right to your classrooms where your teachers will be ready for you. And it is now time to head out for recess. But what's going to be different is you're going to go out just as a grade level. So kindergartners, you guys will be outside at one time and you can play on the entire playground, both ends of the playground in the morning. That's also true for our first and second graders. When it's your time to play, you can come on out here in the morning and you can play on the entire playground, both ends. So that is another change. And the reason we can do that is to help social distance, but also you guys are going to be outside with just your grade level, so that's going to make it easier. However, at lunchtime, we are still combining our kindergarten 5th grades together and our 1st and 4th grades together and our 2nd and 3rd grades together. So when it's that time for lunch recess, you kids will have to go back to your separate playgrounds. 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade on the big kids' end. And then my kindergarten 1st and 2nd graders during lunch, you guys are going to have to play down at this end. And remember, you're going to have 30 minutes of playtime at lunch, so plenty of time to play. So don't rush through your lunch. Take your time, get everything eaten, and after 20 minutes, you'll be dismissed to head out to lunch. And speaking of recess, for my 3rd, 4th, and 5th exit out of the doors down by the office, we are just going to use the doors for going out to recess and coming in from recess down by Mr. Van Kampen's Gator room there. That's a familiar sight. And then we also have Mrs. Rohorst's room. She is our new 5th grade teacher. She's the Ninja Turtle room. So down here we've got both of our ball bins, and our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, you guys will be heading out these doors to your recess. And remember, in afternoon recess, you kids have the entire playground. You can play both ends. And then at lunch, you'll do as you're used to doing. You'll just stay to your end for that time. And when it's time to line up from recess, my 3rd graders, We will have one group lined up here along the wall, and then we'll go past Mr. Van Kampen's truck. Another class will be lined up along this wall, and then another class will be lined up right out here. So we're going to practice social distancing, keeping 6 feet apart from each other, but also keeping our lines plenty distance apart from each other. So we'll need your cooperation with that to stay healthy and safe. And we're approaching the bathrooms here, and as you kids will see, we've got our yellow dots on the floor. Something different this year for the bathroom, we can only allow 4 students to be waiting in line, and that's what these yellow dots are for, to wait your turn to use the bathroom. And once you're in the bathroom, you're able to use all the stalls, so that's fine, but you see that we've got the urinals, they're marked off, every other one. So we need to social distance in the bathrooms as well. We have that in both the boys' bathroom and also the girls' bathrooms. They have their 4 markers to socially distance and wait their turns. And this is one of our typical gathering places, the drinking fountain. We know you kids love to stay hydrated during the day. And as you can see, our drinking fountains are all wrapped up and they are not able to be used. But the good thing is our water bottle filling stations are able to be used. So we've got 3 of those in the building. So kids, make sure you bring your own water bottles and you'll be able to fill those bottles throughout the day. But you will not be able to use the drinking fountains. So there's another change to be aware of. And for those of you who are new to Lincoln, this is our lunchroom. We call it the multi-purpose room, and this is typically where we eat lunch. But this year it is going to be different. We're only going to be having art class in here with Miss Butler. You kids will be having lunch in your classrooms this year. You will be coming through the lunch line, getting your lunch, bringing it back to the classroom, and having 20 minutes to eat with your teachers before being dismissed and heading outside to a half an hour of recess. So your lunch is extended to 50 minutes this year, so you'll have plenty of time to eat in the classroom and plenty of time to play. And speaking of lunch, there's those yellow dots again on the floor. For those students who are going to be taking hot lunch this year, you're going to be lining up on these yellow dots with social distancing. You'll be able to come down and make sure you guys sanitize your hands, both before lunch and after lunch. But we'll stay on those dots. You'll come through the line with your teacher. And as I said before, you guys will take your lunch back to your classroom. And for our new students, this is what our lunch buffet looks like. We also serve breakfast here if you are interested. So you'll come through, and this year you're only going to have 2 choices instead of 3 choices. You'll only have 2 choices for your lunches. One, the traditional hot lunch, and then the other lunch will be the cold lunch items, such as your nacho chips, your sandwiches, and cold items. Everything will be prepackaged for you, so you won't have to be dishing up your own food this year. So you kids all know how Batman has the Bat Cave. Well, we've got something similar to the Bat Cave, and we call it our Just Right Library. And this is an amazing book room filled with books that our kindergartners, first, second, and third graders are going to be able to get into. Every night you will have a different book that you can bring home to practice. But because of the COVID, we are going to pause, and we probably won't be getting into the Just Right Library for maybe the first few weeks of school. So parents, look for that to start up towards the end of September or the beginning of October. You kids already saw the art room where you'll go to see Miss Butler and do art, but here's the gymnasium, here's the STEAM lab. You'll be still going to the library for your Spanish elective, and then also you'll be going to the music classroom with Mrs. Steenwick for music. That will be once a day for 50 minutes. For those students who aren't feeling well, you guys are going to be checked by some of our staff once down in the classroom, and then you can come on back down to the office here if needed or directed to, and you can check in with either Mrs. Johnson or Mrs. Zylstra. They will still be here at the front desk to help students as well as any staff or visitors who come to the office. As you can see, we also have the yellow dots in the office marking where we would like our parents to stand and social distance and model for the students what we expect. So the office staff looks the same, but we've got these wonderful shields up to kind of help with safety and healthiness. And if you are sick, boys and girls who have been here before, you know what our sick room looks like. Right there is where we will check your temperature. And then something new, we have a fever zone. So if you are here waiting for your parents to pick you up, we're going to have you waiting back in this area, out of sight and out of the traffic flow of the students and staff that come into the office. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you kids about is a little something different. We're really going to need your help and cooperation with kind of starting school smoothly each day. So one thing that has changed is in the morning before school, we will not have morning recess. So you're not going to be able to start your day outside playing. Instead, we're going to need to quickly get you to your classroom so that we can get you distanced and not congregating in the halls around your lockers. You're going to need to quickly put your things away in your assigned locker. We've got your lockers color-coded with 4 different colors so that not everybody is out in the hall at the same time. And as you come in the building, whether it's your parents dropping you off or the bus is dropping you off, you're going to be able to come right into school and go right to your classroom. And at that point, your teachers will have something for you to begin on, calling our daily check-ins. And we'll be checking on your physical health as well as your social and emotional health. You guys were used to that last year, but this year we're going to be checking on your physical health as well, just to reinforce what your parents are doing every day at home. Checking to see if you have a temperature, checking to see if you're feeling okay, and making sure that you're safe and the other students at school are safe. So, as I said, it is time for us to reunite 4 days away. I cannot wait to see you all on September 1st. So enjoy your last weekend of summer, and we'll see you soon.